associations as members. For example, I'm the chairman of ZATI, which is a very strong organisation here, ZATI, ZANZIBAR Association of Tourist Investors. I know ATA, for example, take us as members. Does Skål or Skål accept associations as members, or is it just individual?
Okay, at the moment,
it's the same.
Here's the thing. Skål is a private individual membership. I'll tell you why we've had this question quite often about an association or a business. I'll be brutally honest with you, we cannot come up after 5 years with a good corporate package that is beneficial to everybody, that is going to be worthwhile. Why we look at it as an individual membership is if you are leaving somewhere else, you take your membership with you. If it becomes a corporate membership, what do we do then? Then we lose the whole corporate membership and everyone accordingly. That's not stopping. Is this answering your question? No. You wanting to be an associate coming in.
I do not mean corporate membership.
Yes.
That i.e. ZATI joins you and all our members become members.
Yes.
And then as an association, somehow can we be associated with Skål?
Of course you
as
can.
For example, we're associated with ATA.
You can do, you must remember when you're forming your club here in Zanzibar, remember it is think global, act local. So for me as an executive member, I can put in certain parameters, but you choose who you want to be associated with. So if your club wants to be associated with your organisation, that's fair enough. We have not got an associate member classification anymore. We found it was a little bit of a watery, I don't know, a little baby thing that didn't work, okay? But you can still do it here, locally.
Thank you.
But I mean, okay, perfect.
You want to add a question? Amit, I mentioned that this would be a start of a Zanzibar chapter.
Yes.
Could you give me a brief of what this is and what is the thing that is forecasted or how will it be near future? Just get
Okay,
an
so we
idea.
don't call it a chapter. We'll call it a Zanzibar club. It's up to you. Ideally, we would like a lot of clubs. Because remember, the more membership we've got, the more beneficial it's going to be, the more you can swap ideas. But let's start little by little. We start with your Zanzibar club here, see how that goes, and then you can identify somebody in a different area to help them start. You can be the host club, and we've done this in South Africa. We had Cape Town Club. We are sitting with 160 members in Cape Town Club. We then started the Cape Winelands Club. You work out in your constitution what the borders are. We had it in Natal. We've got it now. We can join clubs as well, which we had. So your first, for argument's sake, if we now get 20 members or 15 members, your first meeting, you're going to start with a blank canvas. You're going to start with your constitution, you're going to start with your boundaries, you're going to elect your club president, secretary and a treasurer. We then get the application through to Skål International, we allocate a number for you. And that number is what you're going to do. So we're working on a club situation. Just exciting news. Let me tell you that in Australia and New Zealand, we've got at least 1,200 members. You have not seen passionate members. Look, when I travel, I go actually goosey because you have no idea the talent and the passion out there. India has now become the biggest country in the world now. In Delhi, the club in Delhi has a waiting list for 2 or 3 years. They have an actual interview panel where they're bringing in. I mean, don't we all want this situation? But this is what they're doing. It is absolutely a prestige position to be a Skål member in India. Asia at the moment, Bangkok is flying. Canada, America is now exceeding 2,700 members. They are powerful. When you get in to be one of them and you follow their Facebook, they have got a perfect association with a private-public association. So their rules. In South Africa, our Minister of Tourism is an honorary member, which you can do here as well. We sit in Parliament in Cape Town. Of course, we can't say anything, but I mean, we're there. He comes and he is an honorary member. So when we are doing membership drives, when we are working at WT in Africa, he comes and chats. He's passionate about Skål. It's exciting what's happening. And sometimes when you look at you and you think, oh, but how are we going to work it? Maybe we don't have enough members. Don't. Go for it. It is and in fact, there isn't really a choice. You want to be in tourism? This is the tourism industry here in Zanzibar. This is the biggest income generator. You've got to become one. And invite. This is what we did. We invited different associations, like what we did in Pretoria is when we had our membership drive. We had all the associations, tourism local, the Chamber of Commerce, and we had people from the government, and we had them all together. Because of course, our work is intertwined in tourism. And you can do that here. You have got a blank canvas. You can do what you want to here, according to the bylaws and statutes of the country. So, you know, this is how I see it. I don't know, is there anything else? Is there anyone, if I say to you, right here and now, what puts you off about joining Skål? What is it, so that I can chat to you about?
Well, yeah.
I'm a Skål member of 25 years. I'm extremely passionate about Skål. You, as the people who are going to lead Skål, obviously have got to make it industry. You don't want to come and sit here for 3 hours and 4 hours and talk to the...
Are there any constraints? Are there any... Do you register as an NGO?
Yeah. No, I can't answer you on that. What the real thing, and I was explaining to him, ultimately you need to have your own separate account. Now we have a situation in South America and in Asia, in China, where organizations are not recognized by the banking and the government. That I do not know in your country. But for most, we have to register in South Africa as a non-profit organisation, an NPO. How do we do it? We have to fill in the South African Revenue Service letter. So that is the way we do it. Ultimately, you can just open a normal bank account, have your 3 signatures, and have your constitution presented to the bank. That's how normally everyone works around the world. But the intricate details of each country, I can't answer.
It's a little different.
Okay.
But we can all become members,
yes,
individually.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure about having a club in Zanzibar. I think we really need to...
Yes, just check that out. We have the same constraint. It doesn't stop you. We have the same constraint in China and in Asia, where they don't do it. They did open it up then in an individual account, which is also brings different sort of challenges with that. That I can't answer you. So maybe you should investigate into that. It's not stopping you from having it. It's probably just the legal, you know, you're not paying taxes on that, if I can say. But there is a legality in each country. Are there any other questions? You're very quiet down at the back. Do you need to ask any questions?
Okay, just one, if I may do another one. So we're all busy people, we've all got lots of friends, but what is interesting is the potential of widening up our businesses here.
That's right.
Is there some assistance within Skål where this 15,000 people database, where there's some assistance as to how, there's some, that you're advised how to go about accessing it for your own specific needs? Presumably you can slice and dice it to what it is you're looking for. And is there some help through the organisation that enables you to be able to do that?
Okay. With your membership, you have access to do it yourself. It is as easy as anything. You fill in exactly what you want and it comes out with all the names that you need. We're going to even enhance it better, where we are going to have a sellers and buyers list. At the moment, for example, if I'm a member, I'm only a member as a retail travel agent. But I am also a travel lecturer. I'm also involved in incoming tours and conferencing and MICE and so on. But I can only have one membership benefit. Now, if you are becoming a member, all your features will be put under different membership. So can you see how easier that's going to be? It's going to be a buyer and sellers list. So you can put in all the buyers of conferences in Africa and you'll get all your details on that. I mean, of course, I'll always be there to aid you, but it's quite user-friendly at the moment.
So your profile effectively singles out.
It does. So that's why it's very important. Where we fill in the membership, we have your business cards, we do check your websites to see who you are. We do then, you have a proposer and a seconder, and then it does come through to us as the executive committee. There's been, that is why we've introduced yet another, because we've got very active members, very dynamic members, especially in America and Canada and in Asia, who are selling towels and candles for hotels, duty-free at airports, different supplies, and that's why we've created a new membership category. Also with medical tourism, we've had to look at the whole medical tourism. A doctor can ultimately become a Skål member if he is dealing with certain things. Sports tourism, a manager of a stadium, he's got nothing to do with tourism, but in that sector, he becomes a member. So it becomes more sort of detailed.
Thank you.
To add that, I don't know if Rashid will have immediately after you become a member. I don't know if Julia you have been following that because you are already a member. So the first thing you get your business card, and then you have your sign in site. So you can go to the database. So you can choose actually whatever you want inside. Once you go in, you log in with your login name or email. You get your password to go in. Then you can see everything. You can see anybody. Yeah. The good thing of it, for us, example, if you want to talk with a tour operator in Canada, when you call, you don't get the director number or the person you want. But online, in the data, you get exactly email address, phone number, and his name. So all the data, they are online. Once you become a member, you have your password, you go in. So you can also use that platform also.
And we also give you ready to, we'll go through it on a video podcast that you can check how we do it on the...
Yeah, also people are posting everyday activities in their clubs. If you are going to South Africa, most of the time you will see everything, what they're going to do for next month. So if you're there, you can always just chop in and you are also already. So you meet people personally directly.
And is there an opportunity then to update news items, for example, within your club so that the other members... Of course,
and you send it to me. I love news because I've taken on stalking people at this stage because the fact is as if I'm editing a newsletter every month and nobody's giving me ideas, I literally stalk you, okay? So what we do is I find every single thing. Everybody, if you come and you say, Levon, put it in this newsletter, we have a whole section called Skål Hats Around the World, and you can click into all of them and you can actually see it. And in fact, I think what I'll do, you get access to the newsletter. Please won't you forward it to everybody. You'll see exactly what is happening in each club that gives me and what we do with our sponsors and our affiliated people of IIPT and WTO and all that.
Yeah, that is a very good one because, for example, I sign in now, Julia, to go to Skål Helsinki. They are going to do the trip in Baltic countries for 3 days. And if I go with road trip paying, it's going to cost me like 6,000 euros to become partner or to buy the package. And now I just sign in and I just pay the money to eat and some contribution for that. And you get directly. And also, I don't know if you have followed up that one also. Rashid, did they do the presentation for your like a profile?
Yeah.
They did, yes. They did to you, Julia? You don't? They did. Yeah, like in the magazine, like there's a Skål
we did
magazine.
A portfolio. Yeah, I featured all the active individual members.
You have your photo and they write everything about you and what you're doing, and it's going to be posted to every member in Skål.
And also I forgot to mention, we've got a partnership with T5. It's a French company. They go to 800,000 hotel rooms around the world, and Skål is featured on it. So So that could also be another opportunity of doing a package, getting all together and doing a package. That would probably benefit. So are you all going to sign up? This is the question. I really do hope that you do. Like I said to you, the worst scenario, I always like looking at the worst thing. You might think that you've made a huge mistake after 12 months and you've only lost less than $100. Okay, give it a go. You know, there's always that thing, put your foot forward, see how it goes. You never know that you might become the most successful and vibrant club in the world.
So Skål, do not send knee breakers with hammers to leave the organization.
Yeah, we do. We do. You know, that's why we're going to follow you. We don't know where you're going to walk back home, but that's what we're going to do. No, we'd love you to join. We'd love you to be part of our family. It's an exciting family to be part of. Okay, I think if there's nothing else, I think that's it.
There's food here. Please, I'm going to start. Without him and Helen, they have done a lot of efforts to make this event happen here. I tried so many months to do it by myself, it didn't happen. But Seth called me and said, hey, give me a date. Make me a date now. And I said, okay, 27. We're doing it on 27. That's it.
Well, actually, when you say that, my wife doubts that. She doesn't think I'm like that at all.
I think now she knows. I think she knows that. Anyway, I will give it an honor for Seth to give something, to say something for everything.
Well, actually, well, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for making the effort to come. We're really honored. We're honored that the first Tanzanian club is going to be in Zanzibar. Zanzibar actually has a history of first. The first electricity was in Zanzibar. The first lift was in Zanzibar. Color TV was in Zanzibar. We have a history of first. So this is another notch. But actually, Khamis has been very, very modest. He has been driving this for a long, long time.
I know.
Well done, Khamis.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Hallelujah.
Just want to party.
Okay, now then I will cut the cake.
We've arranged to make the meeting for him.
Now we cut the cake. You gonna sing?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hamishi. Happy birthday to you.
Forevermore. When we celebrate Skål's birthday, we'll be celebrating his birthday.
This is all fair.
Thank you.
You're supposed to buy cake for all of us.
Yes.
He did.
Please have a cake.
Yeah, come on, Reggie. You've got to cut the cake for everyone. Okay, no.
Everyone, karibuni. Thank you.
Thank you, I'll hand it out.